And we welcome you to the capital city. Tonight, it's exciting girls basketball. It's the Lady Flying Eagles from Beckley taking on the Lady Patriots from George Washington. Hello again, everybody. And tonight, Video Productions has this exciting girls basketball game. I'm Maris Lowry along with Eric Thomas. And Eric, these are two teams that are headed in the same direction, but not the direction they want to be going. Last year, these two teams played in the co-region finals for the winner to go to the state tournament. Beckley won that game in Beckley and was able to advance into the girls' state tournament a year ago by knocking out George Washington. Now, George Washington has been a potential state caliber team for the last several years, but this year both teams are struggling. Beckley 2-7, George Washington 3-7. They've each lost 5 in a row. Something's got to give tonight.
Yeah, and what we have going here tonight with these two programs are two veteran coaches who know how to get to the state tournament, and both coaches aspire to win a state championship. And as you said, both teams are going in the wrong direction now, but what's good about high school basketball is it's a marathon, not a sprint. So they got slow out of the gates, and this game could be pivotal in turning around either program.
Well, they've lost to some high-quality teams. Beckley has lost twice to Huntington. The Lady Flying Eagles have also lost twice to Capital. On the flip side, George Washington has also lost to Capital. They've also lost to Huntington. And for both teams, Eric, the problem seems to be the same thing, lack of scoring. In the 5-game losing streak, George Washington never hit 50, and Beckley only hit 50 once.
Yeah, and both teams, as you said, the most inopportune times, they go through a drought. And a lot of that has to do with both playing a lot of young players. But if you can't score the basketball, it's hard to stay in any games. And as we both saw, Capital, Huntington, the Morgantowns and the universities, they're always state tournament caliber teams. So it's not like these teams have lost to any slouch programs at all.
You have to go back a week ago. Last Saturday, January 15th, was the last time George Washington played. For Beckley, it's even further than that. You have to go back to the game you and I did against Capital on January the 11th.
Yeah, January 11th. That seems like a month ago. With all the weather, both teams are fighting the weather. A lot of quarantining with both teams. But tonight, I think moving forward, each team's exactly trying to go 1-0, get on the winning snide and maybe let that snowball into some wins down the stretch.
Well, whoever can break their losing streak and get the win tonight, that might give them the jump start that they need. We'll see. Both teams are continuing to go through the warm-up. We'll take our first break. We'll come back and we'll get you ready. We're about 8 or 10 minutes away from getting the ball tipped between 2-7 Beckley and 3-7 George Washington. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
And we welcome you back to George Washington High School with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. And Eric, these two teams are going through their warm-ups. And is there any advantage to either team by not having to play as long as they have? Like I mentioned before we went to our last break, you go back to January 11th, the last time Beckley played, and it's been a full week for George Washington. So George Washington has played more recent, but still, I don't know that gives them any advantage because it's been a week since George Washington has played.
Yeah, both teams are coming off of a layoff and, time down. Both teams may be a little rusty, but we had a chance to speak with a couple coaches and Coach LeMaster and Coach Neighbors before the game. And sometimes a layoff is good. You practice so much, and they said, hey, the girls would rather play than practice. So you may come out and have fresh legs and be like an upbeat game here.
And I know you have to score to win, and I talked about in our last segment that during the 5-game losing streak, Beckley only got to 50 once, and George Washington never got to 50. But I think whoever's going to win this game tonight, it'll be done on the defensive end of the floor, and their defense may be getting out in transition to get to easy baskets.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think what you want to do if you're either team is if you're having trouble scoring, the easiest way to score is shooting layups. So whoever can impose their will, I think, defensively and get some easy buckets early on may propel them to the win.
And also, I think you would agree you'd rather shoot more from the foul line than you do from the three-point line.
Exactly, and I'd rather shoot closer to the rim, the better. And a lot of teams nowadays, they follow the evolution of the three-point shot has really changed the way the game is approached. But you and I are still both old school. I'd rather shoot layups and free throws.
Well, another thing you and I noticed in the JV game, which George Washington won, I think, by 13 points, they took the score down real fast. They were pretty much up double digits the whole way.
They actually won by 9,
was
50
it 9?
to 41. Yes.
But anyway, and I think you would agree, as we were watching the JV game, we both made the observation that, you'd come down on a break, it'd be like maybe a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1. Instead of attacking the basket, the girls on both sides would stop and shoot a three. Hey. And sometimes they wouldn't even be a three, it'd be inside the three-point line, not knowing really where they were on the floor.
Yeah, exactly, the spacing and stuff like that, but that's just the way the game is played. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I know most of the coaches even probably would prefer the girls, get a good look, get an open look, something closer to the rim, especially when you're having trouble scoring as both teams are.
Well, the one thing that I know, Eric, 3 is more than 2, but if you step inside the three-point line and make it a long 2, you might as well have backed up another foot and make it a 3.
Yeah, exactly, and you're exactly right as far as that assessment. If you're going to shoot a 3, make sure you're by, no toe on the line, anything like that, because you're diminishing, your shooting.
Well, both of these teams going through the warm-ups. Actually, Beckley has already ran off the floor. George Washington continue to go through the warm-ups. So go ahead and take our second pregame break, and we're about 3 or 4 minutes away from getting this game started between 2-7 Beckley and 3-7 George Washington. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Hey, my name is Joseph, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is they're so good every single time. You bite into that nugget, and it's just so crispy, but somehow juicy, that perfect balance. And then if you just grab a couple sauces, you're going to be in heaven.
Hey, I'm Chambray, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is how rich and cheesy it is. I just scoop the crispy top, and it's so good. It's so homey. It's like, wow, thank you. I needed that.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project?
Welcome to Allstate. You already paid for car insurance. Why not take your home along for the ride? Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Call a local agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE for a quote today.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience. 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional.
And we welcome you back to George Washington High School. Robbie Mounds is producing and directing the ball game, along with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Beckley 2-7, George Washington 3-7. Both teams losers of 5 in a row. And Eric, it's that time. Our Beckley Auto Mall keys to the first half. And keys to the first half brought to you by Beckley Auto Mall. Go see the gang led by Rick Lewis at Beckley Auto Mall, and you'll get the keys to the vehicle that will best fit your budget. So, Eric, what are your Beckley Auto Mall keys to the first half?
The keys to the first half for the Beckley Flying Eagles would be protecting the ball and trying to get some easy buckets early on to take the crowd out in the home court momentum. And if you're George Washington Patriots, you just need most teams shoot well in their home building, so get out, make some shots early, and try to bury the Flying Eagles early.
And one thing I would add to it, Eric, is we mentioned back in our other segments in the pregame, both teams have been struggling scoring through this 5-game losing streak. Beckley scoring 50 only once, and George Washington hasn't done that. Maybe the first team to 50 wins.
Yeah, first team definitely to 50 if you're struggling offensively. And I think the team that takes care of the basketball for 4 quarters and endures the pressure that both teams are going to apply may be able to come out with the win.
Well, we're moments away from getting the game started. Of course, Beckley will be wearing their visiting maroon jerseys trimmed in gray and white. George Washington wearing the home white uniforms. This is the first of 2 meetings this year between the two teams. Like I said, these are, regional opponents, and they met last year in the 4A co-regional, and for the winner, which was Beckley, they punched their ticket to the state tournament, and Beckley kept George Washington from going to the state tournament last year.
Yeah, and both teams are still, tournament-type teams, and I feel that either one of these teams can get hot late and really get on a roll and to make the state tournament.
So Beckley will have Creasy. Zolkowski will be in the center circle, will jump. Cross, Dillon, and Law into the lineup for Beckley. For George Washington, they will have Evans, Thomas, Harmon, and Lohan. And we are ready to go. Ball in the air, and we're underway here from Charleston. Beckley will control the tip. Here's a quick 3 ball on the left side, too strong. That put up by Creasy and out of bounds. It'll go over to George Washington. So it was a good look, Eric, for Creasy. She's just not able to knock it down.
Yeah, not able. Good open look, and you got to make shots.
Here's George Washington with their first possession. Beckley, they're going to play a little zone, and they get a steal. Zolkowski at the head of the lane. Beckley's got numbers. Zolkowski attacks the basket, puts up the short shot, can't get it to go. And there's a tie-up on the rebound. The possession arrow will be in George Washington's favor. So right off the bat, Eric, 2 possessions for Beckley, 2 good looks, but they couldn't knock down either shot.
Yeah, that's right. And on the road, to really get wins on the road, you have to make shots early. And I think when your offense takes off, it makes your defensive pressure that much better.
So we're not quite a minute into the ball game, and Beckley has had 2 possessions, and like we talked about, 2 good looks and couldn't get them to go. And here's George Washington on the attack. They turned it over on their first possession. Beckley now look like they're playing man-to-man. Here's a 3 straight away. Needs a bounce, no good, and Zolkowski clears the rebound. Dillon with it. George Washington back in transition. Beckley want to get the ball inside. They do to cross right of the lane. They cut her off, and so she'll throw the ball back out, and the ball's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Beckley.
Yeah, that time the young freshman there, Cross, got it down low and was cut off defensively. And I think she's going to be a good player, though. A lot of good young-looking players in this game.
Yeah, Cross in the games we've done before has played really well. Of course, Dillon has played well. Here's Law shooting a 3, no good. The long rebound comes out to George Washington. And here come the Lady Patriots on the attack. Here in the corner, there's a drive. Good defense by Dillon. George Washington just passing it around the horn.
Yeah, it looks like Beckley back in this zone. That's probably thrown a little wrench in it for Coach LeMaster, because Beckley's usually a man-to-man type team.
There's a ball screen, head of the lane. George Washington, though, have been very perimeter on this possession.
Yeah, they are in the man now. They've switched it up.
Here's a drive. Here's a short shot. That's too strong. Zolkowski comes out of there with the rebound. So we played almost 2 minutes, Eric, and neither team scored.
Yeah, both teams are combined 0 for 5 from the field. Makes that 0 for 6 as Creasy misses the second 3-point attempt.
Yeah, and one thing we talked about with both of these teams, both have lost 5 in a row, and one of the big problems is struggling to score, and we've seen that here through 12 seconds shy of 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, as they say, the struggle is real, and it's a real struggle for either team. Both teams have gotten great looks, just not able to get anything to fall yet.
And we're going to have a little break on the floor. It looks like that Abby Dillon may have lost a contact and having her contact put in, it looks like. And that is the case, I think, as we see Beckley assistant coach Gene Neighbors picking up her contact.
Eagle eye.
Yeah. He don't need a contact if he can see that,
If he can see that, yeah. That was a great – he saw that from across the court. I mean –
yeah,
we'll have to mess with him the next time I talk to him and say, boy, I know you don't need a
I think he can see when he's sleeping. All right, so we're out back to action. And like I said, neither team has scored. We're almost 2 minutes into the ball game. Beckley 2-7, George Washington 3-7. Here's good pressure down low. Here's a 15-footer put up. That will draw air, but an offensive rebound. And George Washington will dial up a three. That three was put up that time by 4 was no good, but George Washington maintains the possession with the offensive rebound.
And that's one thing that's hurt the Lady Flying Eagles early on in all the games that we've been able to do is the defensive rebounding. Teams tend to shoot as George Washington turns it over. They tend to shoot until they make it.
So let's see if Beckley can get something going. We played 2.5 minutes and neither team scored. We said maybe the first team to 50, but Eric, the way we're going, might be the first team to 30 can win the game.
Well, it's a little cold. It's been cold outside as Abby cues up a three, Abby Dillon, and misses it.
She had a good look, and she cannot break the seal, and we still remain scoreless almost 3 minutes into the game. And here's a steal. Nice play by Cross for Beckley. And then Cross has the ball taken away from her. Back the other way we go. So neither team protecting the ball, neither team able to score. Here's a three, and it's good. Three ball knocked down.
By Smith.
Yep. And
Nasiah Smith.
Nasiah Smith, the freshman, knocked that down. Here's another three on the other end, but a putback is up and in by Cross. So Beckley on the board. And here comes George Washington with the ball in the lead.
And just like that, Beckley had 2 shot attempts on that last possession and was able to get the 2 to fall by the freshman Cross.
And Smith with it now. Gets the ball to Thomas. Lohan, a deep three. Back iron, no good, and Law will clear for Beckley. Dillon will push it up. Law looks over the defense. They get the ball on the low post of Kowski, and they knock it out of her hands. Back the other way comes George Washington. Here's Smith open for three. Back iron, no good. Long rebound. It'll stay with the Lady Patriots. Here's a three on the right side by George Washington. It's good. Ringing the bell downtown.
That's Kirsten Ford. So the 2 makes for the George Washington Lady Patriots are threes as they extend the lead.
They extend the lead. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. But with 3:40 left in the opening quarter, Eric, and Beckley only with 2 points, obviously not the start you want at any time, especially on the road.
Yeah, and on the road right now, as you said, as we look at the instant replay there, I think that was Ford that knocked the second one down. 2 good looks, and if you're Beckley, you have to find one of those threes makes was in transition, as we talked about. You cannot lose any defenders in this day and age because everyone's spotting up for the three.
So out of the timeout, Beckley will have possession of the ball. And Cross will get it in play. This is the first of 2 meetings between these 2 teams. They'll meet later in the year in Beckley, and we hope to have that one for you as well here on Video Productions. So George Washington looks like they're going to go back and play a zone. And why not, since Beckley has struggled from the floor.
And right there, that's how you attack the zone, right in the middle. The teeth of it is Zukowski gets one up and gets one to fall.
Yeah, nice job by Zukowski, head of the lane, and got the bounce to go and able to score. Into the Beckley lineup is Sarah Hopkins. She checked in on that last time out. So here's George Washington with it. Beckley playing, now looks like Beckley going to play a little bit of zone themselves.
Yeah, it looks like to be the matchup variety right here. I don't know. I think it's a man.
Now it is a man, yep. Here's a pass. Good hands. Zukowski got a hand on it, but couldn't corral it in. Here's a drive to the basket. A lot of contact. We'll have our first foul of the game. Fouls against Beckley's Cross.
Yeah, that's going to be Cross whistled for the first foul. right there. I think she was a little indecisive whether to take the charge or yes, right. We look at the replay. Just was indecisive on whether to take the charge, and she commits the foul.
The free throw is Evans at the line, and it is good. So that's the first free throw of the ball game. And Evans will now shoot the back end as Bella Staples will check into the Beckley lineup.
And Bella Staples has done real well lately, as of late, for the Lady Flying Eagles, as Evans misses the second one of two.
So she makes one of two, the leads three for the Lady Patriots. Beckley with a chance to tie if they can hit a three ball or get it the old-fashioned way. Beckley looking over this zone. Sokowski's posting up, and that's where they go. They double team Sokowski. She turns and puts up a shot, no good, but a great offensive rebound, and a putback is no good, and they'll get Sokowski over the back.
Yeah, two good looks. Sokowski with a little foul going over the back, but Hopkins and Sokowski both had good looks, just not able to get anything to fall.
So it'll be George Washington with the possession. And they'll work it up here to the head of the lane.
Nice pick and roll there.
Yeah, down low, you're right, a nice finish on a nice pick and roll. Lohan with a nice pass and a nice finish by Evans. And here's a Beckley turnover. Back the other way is George Washington. Good hustle by Dillon, able to knock the ball out of bounds, but the possession will stay with George Washington.
Yeah, good hustle as Dillon got back on defense there, but that last play George Washington ran, little high ball screen as Evans rose to the basket, makes a great catch and finish.
New player into the game for George Washington, Frazier. Kendron Frazier, number 3, into the lineup. And here's George Washington with it. Frazier has it now on the far side. Here's a drive to the basket. Pass into the left corner, or right corner rather, for 3. It's too strong. And Creasy able to clear the rebound. Beckley on the move. Nice pass, Dillon. 3-ball, left side. In and out, no good. Sokowski with the rebound, and she'll draw the foul and get to the line.
The shooting woes from behind the arc continue for the Lady Flying Eagles as they're 0 for 6 to this point of the game in this quarter. Sokowski did a great job getting the rebound, missed the shot, so she'll be there shooting 2.
And that's got to be frustrating for Brian Neighbors as the coach of Beckley, because Abby Dillon, that's a good look. That's a shot she normally makes. As Sokowski's free throw is good. That's a shot that Dillon normally makes, and it just wouldn't stay down. But Sokowski was right there for the putback. It didn't go, but she does draw the foul as Wooten will check into the Beckley lineup.
And Wooten adds a lot of speed to this Flying Eagle lineup. She plays soccer as well, so she has good footwork, and look for them to try to apply some pressure maybe out of this as Sokowski makes them both for her 4th point of the quarter.
So Sokowski got a 1 field goal and 2 free throws. And she cuts the lead to 3. Here's George Washington on the attack. Frazier has it now in the far corner. They whip the ball back out now to Lohan, and George Washington turns it over. So on the turnover, Beckley has it with an opportunity to perhaps tie the game. And Bella Staples will put the ball in play. So here's Dillon. Now looks like George Washington and Eric getting out of that zone, going man-to-man.
Yeah,
here.
a little man-to-man. Coach LeMaster, Jamie LeMaster, switching up the defense, and it comes to fruition. He makes them turn it over.
Yeah, it looked like that Bella Staples and Abby Dillon weren't on the same page. Dillon was coming in, and Bella Staples threw the ball far, and it goes out of bounds for a Beckley turnover.
Hey, so one zigged and the other one zagged.
Zagged, and here's a pick and roll, and a nice finish at the rim. That was a good job that time, and that's Washington, a Meyer Washington on the pick and roll. That's one thing I've seen so far in the first quarter here, Eric. George Washington has used quite a few players already.
Yeah, they're dipping into the bench and really running in a lot of players in and out.
As that foul is on Washington after she made the basket on one end, she commits the foul on the other, and Abby Dillon will shoot a pair, and the first free throw is good.
Dillon good on the first.
Abby Dillon is usually good at the free throw line.
And, you know, like we talked about, Eric, when you struggle from the floor, you've got to cash in at the line, and Beckley has made all 4. Dillon has made 2, and Sokowski has made 2.
So, yeah, that's 4 straight makes from the free throw line.
So here's GW with it. Beckley in the man-to-man, extending the pressure, forcing George Washington out high near midcourt.
Good on-ball defense right now by the Lady Flying Eagles.
Yep, and nice, almost a steal there by Dillon. And now there is a steal by Dillon.
Good hands, good quick hands in the lane as she pushes the ball up the court.
Here's Okowski on the drive from the left baseline. She knocks it down. Beckley within one. Last shot time. Does GW know it? Just ahead of the buzzer. The three ball is no good. And an exciting first quarter at the end of one. Your score, George Washington 11, Beckley 10. You're watching exciting girls high school basketball streaming live here on Video Productions.
This one's for everyone who spends the amount of time it would take to watch a movie, agreeing on which movie to watch. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton. Or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
And we welcome you back to George Washington High School with Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, Robbie Mounds producing and directing. And Eric, first quarter went back and forth in a 1-point George Washington lead at 11-10.
Yeah, and Beckley was able to close out from the free throw line in that quarter, going 4 for 4 and getting a bucket from Olivia Zukowski and to cut it to 1.
George Washington back in his zone as Beckley will start the second quarter with the possession. Beckley has never led, and here's an opportunity to take their first lead of the game. And as soon as I say that, they turn it over. So on the turnover, comes back the other way is George Washington. Can they score the turnover? And they don't. They turn it over themselves. So each team commits a turnover on their first possession of the second quarter.
Yeah, both teams dipping into the old turnover basket there, and that's not going to please either one of these coaches.
So here's Beckley's second opportunity to take their first lead of the game. And it comes here within the first 30 seconds of the second quarter. And Dillon launches a three, and that is an air ball. And, Eric, I think that George Washington did a good job. They made Dillon shoot that a little further than maybe what she's really comfortable with.
Just a tad out of her range. She's usually a good spot-up shooter, but good open look. But as you stated, I think just a little out of her range.
So here's George Washington on the attack. Throw the ball on the far side. 4 has it now. She'll put it on the deck. She'll drive. Dillon cuts her off. Round the horn they go. And a nice take. Scoop with the left hand and one.
Scoop and score.
Nice finish by Lohan.
Yeah, Finley Lohan straight down the lane. It was a good dribble drive as she picks up the hoop and the horn.
And we watch the replay. Nice finish, as you mentioned. And right off the window there on the Little General Instant Replay, she completes the three-point play.
Yeah, she polishes it off.
George Washington now 2 of 3 at the free throw line. Dillon down the lane, over to Zukowski, had a good look. Tries to get a little closer, it's partially blocked. And coming out of there with it is George Washington. They want to run with it. Beckley does a good job getting back in transition. Frazier will launch a three ball and knock it down. Or Smith, I beg your pardon, that's Smith that hits the three.
Yeah, that's the freshman's second of the game.
And this is the biggest lead of the game right here at 7 points. Beckley has never led. They get the ball in the post to Zukowski. Good move. Turns and draws the foul. That's a nice move by Zukowski. And, Eric, when she gets the ball that deep in the low post, good things are going to happen as we watch this last three.
Yeah, this is a nice deep three. You're not going to put your hand up, hand down, man down right there.
Splash down.
Splash, yes.
Kaboom. 3 balls. Zukowski at the line. And the free throw is good. Beckley's been perfect at the line. Beckley's 5 of 5, and Zukowski now 3 of 3 at the free throw line.
Thomas returns from the Patriots.
Yeah, right now that's the one thing keeping the Lady Flying Eagles even within shouting distance in this game is they're making their free throws.
Leilani Mans has checked into the Beckley lineup. Her first action tonight. She played in the JV game as well. The second free throw by Zukowski is good. She's got them both. So Zukowski a perfect 4 of 4 at the line, and Beckley as a team, Eric, a perfect 6 of 6 at the line.
And as we stated, layups and free throws can keep you in the game.
And now let's see if Beckley can get after it on the defensive end. As Wooten also back into the game for Beckley. Here's George Washington. Nice dribble drive penetration. Here's a kick and a three. It's no good, but an offensive rebound. And, if you force the deep three and they miss, you've got to get the rebound if you're Beckley.
And I said that's one of the Achilles heel to this point on the season for the Lady Flying Eagles, defensive rebounding as George Washington jacks another three up.
Another three, and they miss, and Law able to get physical with the clear. Beckley on the move. Dillon leads the attack. Little scoop shot in the lane is blocked. Mans picks up the short shot and draws the foul. That's good hustle by Mans.
That is great hustle by Mans. And I think I stated to you, and this is before we went on the broadcast, the Mans, this Mans young lady right here, I think she could be good. She's really rounding her own, and I think she just needs some more basketball experience, a good soft touch around the rim.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit more polished as Beckley misses their first free throw of the game. They were 6 of 6 prior to that free throw. So Mans will shoot the back end of the two-shot opportunity, and she makes 1 of 2. So Beckley is 7 of 8 at the line, and they cut the George Washington lead to 4. George Washington's biggest lead has been 7. Beckley has never led in the game.
And Beckley doesn't have a field goal since the middle of the second period. Zukowski had a make and mostly free throws.
Yeah. 7 of 8 at the line for Beckley, while George Washington 2 of 3. Here's a 3 ball for George Washington. No good. Fight for the loose ball, and Beckley comes out of there with it. Dillon. Nothing there. She doesn't force it and backs it back out. Ball's knocked into the backcourt. Good hustle by George Washington, and Cross battles it, and that is Cross and Barton going for the loose ball. And on the good hustle by both players, though, the possession arrow will keep it with George Washington.
Yeah, both young ladies getting down and physical, getting after the ball. Both teams desperately need a win in this game.
So here's Smith. Now Smith gives the ball over. Here's a pass down low, right of the lane, in traffic, and there's a foul. And getting to the free throw line.
I think this will be Evans, will be her second trip to the free throw line. And the foul is going to be on Wooten. Maya Wooten will pick up her first.
So George Washington 2 of 3 at the line, and Evans to shoot a pair. First free throw on its way and is good.
Evans still the first. Zukowski and Creasy return for the Flying Eagles.
So Zukowski will check back into the Beckley lineup. Creasy also back in as Evans shoots the back end of the two-shot opportunity, and she made them both.
Evans good on the second.
So George Washington's made 4 of 5 at the line. Beckley 7 of 8 at the line. And back in his zone again is George Washington. And they got a foul, and if you're Jamie LeMaster, you don't want to commit a foul, 40 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, that's one that will make you, if you have any hair, pull your hair out.
I always say you got to save those fouls for when people's driving to the basket.
Yeah.
You don't want to give up fouls.
You don't want to give up an easy two, don't give up an easy personal foul.
Right.
And maybe hurry the other team into the bonus.
So Beckley looking over the zone, and what the zone is, looks like it's done, Eric, is push Beckley further out as they get the ball inside the Mans, and they knock it out of her hands. But George Washington, by zoning Beckley, it looks like it's Beckley's offense is starting much further away from the basket.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do defensively, make them start their offense way away from the basket and force them into a bad shot.
They get the ball in the low post to Mans. She tries to split the defenders. We've got a held ball, and the possession will keep it with Beckley.
We'll keep it with Beckley. She's just a little slow with the turn, and once she gets to be a little more physical with the basketball, I think she'll turn into a player.
So Law will inbound. Get it to Cross, back to Law. Play a two-man game, get the ball in the low post, and they get it to Cross, and before she's able to shoot, she's fouled. because that was going to be a layup. Cross was able to get the pass and go to the basket, but she was fouled on the floor. So Beckley will inbound once again on the baseline.
Yeah, Beckley's doing a good job of getting it down low. The next foul, they will be in the bonus. So look for them to keep attacking and trying to get it down to their bigs.
There's cutting back door on the left side. A lot of contact, no whistles. Okowski probably should have been a foul there. It definitely affected the shot. And here's back the other way is George Washington getting a short layup, no good, and that's got physical, and they're letting them play.
Hey, I agree with the calls. If you're just consistent, let them play.
Yep.
Got to be strong with the basketball.
That's it. As long as you're consistent on both ends, and they were, play on.
Play through it, yeah.
Yep. So here's Beckley now.
This is a big possession because Beckley, as you stated, they're getting some good looks at the basket, just not anything going down.
And that time Law tried to drive, and the shot was swatted. And back the other way comes George Washington. Here's a three ball, no good. Long rebound, Zukowski couldn't quite get it. And on the offensive putback is no good. It's out of bounds, and it will stay with George Washington. And that's got to be frustrating, Eric, when you've got George Washington to miss and you can't secure the rebound.
Yeah, and we've stated it in the first period, and it's carried over into the second quarter. Defensively, if both teams are not making shots, if you're able to clear the defensive rebounds and get more possessions and more chances to shoot, you need to take advantage of that.
So checking back into the Beckley lineup will be Bella Staples and also Abby Dillon. Here's a shot from the far corner. A three is good. Lohan splashes down. And the biggest lead of the game is right here at 9 points. Creasy down the lane. Couldn't finish. Battle for the loose ball. Creasy got it. Dillon open for three. Short. Zukowski with the offensive rebound, and the putback is no good. Boy, must have had a lid on the basket. And now Cross gets it and gets swatted. Beckley had 4 chances. They had 3 shots. It looked like the ball was going in, and then that 4th shot was rejected.
Yeah, that's 4 straight misses for the Lady Flying Eagles. Just not, like you said, getting anything to fall at this moment. But you have to credit George Washington's defense. They've recovered and forced them into bad shots as Zukowski drives and has been real aggressive this first half.
That was a nice shot, a little scoop shot across the lane for Zukowski. George Washington with the ball and up 7. Biggest lead's been 9. Beckley still playing man-to-man. Forcing George Washington a little further out, and now we've got a timeout. And I don't think George Washington, coach of LeMaster, was liking what he was seeing on that possession. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. But, Eric, so far, the end of the first quarter was 11-10 in favor of George Washington. And George Washington, to this point, has outscored Beckley 11-5 here in this second quarter.
Yeah, and they've done it by knocking down a pair of threes and 1-2 and shooting it well. George Washington from the free throw line is they're 3 of 3 from the line in this quarter.
So out of the timeout, it'll be George Washington's ball. And the Patriots will inbound across the way right there in front of the Beckley bench. Biggest lead has been 9, and it's been trimmed to 7 now. And here's George Washington with it. Lowen on the drive. They throw the ball in the right corner. Here's a three. It's short, but there's an offensive rebound by Lowen. Throws the ball back out. Ball comes over to 4. And George Washington now, once again, another opportunity. There's a ball screen. Here's a three. Back iron, no good. Once again, another offensive rebound for George Washington. The shot put up, it's rejected. Ball's loose in the paint. And George Washington right now, Eric, is getting every loose ball as that ball goes out of bounds. And once again, it'll stay with George Washington.
Yeah, and it seems like that, playing at home a little bit, George Washington's getting what we call the 50-50 balls. They seem like they're a step quicker to the ball, and all rebounds and all loose balls is going in their favor.
That was good hustle by both Staples of Beckley and Washington of George Washington.
Yeah, both teams are battling very well.
But the Lady Patriots, this will be their sixth chance to score on this possession, and they can't get it in. Good Beckley defense, and they forced the turnover.
Yeah, it was great defense out of the out-of-bounds set. And both teams are, they're both playing with a lot of heart.
So here is Meg Smith checking into the George Washington lineup.
And I think Sarah Hopkins will check back in for the Lady Flying Eagles.
Creasy will have a seat. So, Eric, even though Beckley has struggled from the floor, it's not like George Washington's setting the world on fire. They've only got 22.
Yeah, and both teams, and we stated this in the pregame, I think whoever gets to, as Abby Dillon drives and turns it over, another zig with the zag. But and you're right, neither team seems to want to. GW is letting Beckley hang around when they've had a chance to kind of put them away a little bit here in the first half.
And here's George Washington with the possession, trying to add to their lead. There's a drive right of the lane. That's a tough shot. It's no good. And here come the Lady Flying Eagles. Sokowski on the trail. 3-ball, in and out, and it won't stay down. I thought it was going to go back in, and that's the best kind of three on a trail, and Sokowski had a good look. Just heartbreak.
Just heartbreak at the rim, or by the rim, rather.
Here's a nice little short shot left of the lane, and a nice roll is good. That shot put up by Barton. The lead back to 9. This equals the largest lead of the game right here for George Washington. Samala Nelson into the game now for Beckley as well. Here's Sarah Hopkins dialing up for 3. Can't get it to go. Bella Staples on the rebound. Put back no good. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Beckley.
I was blocked. Who scored that last bucket for George Washington?
Barton, I do believe. Here's Hopkins with it. 17-footer from the right side. Splash. Sarah Hopkins, a good-looking shot, and probably now last shot time in the first half for George Washington, I would think. Under 20 seconds left here in the first half. But the way they play now, though, Eric, who knows? Here's a drive to the basket. Here's a 3 from the near corner, no good. And once again, an offensive rebound for George Washington. Going to get another look. Here's an open 3. It's no good, and Bella Staples gets the rebound, and she's fouled. So we'll walk the length of the floor, Eric, with just 2.1 seconds left in the half, and Bella Staples will get to the line.
Yeah, and these are big free throws for Bella Staples, as she did a great job of boxing out and getting to the offensive player to come over her back, and let's see if she can knock these 2 free throws down.
Well, if he makes the first one, she'll get the bonus. Beckley at the line as a team, 7 of 8 at the line. And Bella Staples with an opportunity to cut into the George Washington lead here with just 2 seconds remaining in the half. Free throw is good, so she'll get the bonus opportunity. And that's one thing that has been very positive, Eric, for Beckley in this first half. They made 8 of 9 at the free throw line.
Yeah, and they're called free for a reason. You need to get up there and knock them down. It'll keep you in any game.
And Bella Staples cannot make the second one. So here's a final shot at the end of the half. But Beckley will go to the locker room of making 8 of 10 from the line, and they will trail by 6. So at the break, it's a 6-point advantage for George Washington, 24-18. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls basketball here on Video Productions.
Welcome to Allstate. You already paid for car insurance. Why not take your home along for the ride? Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Call a local agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE for a quote today.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Well, see, Kansas City's loving it now because
whoever
as we
wins
welcome
that,
you back to George Washington High School. Eric, you and I talking a little NFL action, and we got kind of caught. We were talking about the game just went final.
Yeah, just went final.
That the Cincinnati Bengals, and if my memory serves me correct, the first time since 1988, I guess, they were in the AFC title game because they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the 49ers in January of 89, right?
January of 89, because that's when the Icky Shuffle. They had Icky Woods.
Right.
And they won in the AFC Championship game, and I was a junior in high school.
That's when the great Joe Montana led the 49ers to a victory on that final drive that beat Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we'll switch gears back to basketball. 24-18 at the break. At the end of the first quarter, George Washington led 11-10. It was 24-18 is what it is now. The biggest lead has been 9. Beckley has never led in this game. Both teams have entered the game on a 5-game losing streak. Beckley's 2-7, George Washington 3-7. The one thing I can tell you is Eric will be busy totaling up team and individual totals. Beckley in the first half was 8 of 10 at the line, and George Washington 4 of 5. So both teams shot free throws exceptionally well at the line. And that first half recap was brought to you by Giovanni's Pizza, Mamma Mia, with 2 locations, Leicester Square in Sophia and in Glen Daniel. If you're not Italian going in, you'll definitely be Italian. Mamma Mia coming out. We'll go ahead and take another halftime break. When we come back, Eric will recap, or not recap, but he'll give you the team and individual totals as you're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
More important to you when buying windows, siding, and doors?
Is it energy savings, cost, quality, warranty, or perhaps color options, low maintenance, service, or financing options?
Or all of the above, when the world offers it all.
We listen to your needs and go above and beyond your expectations. Schedule your free, no obligation, in-home estimate by calling Window World of Beckley today.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
And we welcome you back to George Washington High School. And, Eric, that Giovanni's Pizza, Mamma Mia, is tasting so good, it's reaching all the way to Columbus, Ohio. How about that?
Hey, a little Italiano.
It goes a long way,
It goes a long
As
way.
we have viewers from all over, and we appreciate our viewers in Columbus, Ohio, loving Giovanni's Pizza. And I'll tell you, it is delicious. Well, Eric, you have the team and individual totals of the first half.
Yeah, okay. Both teams shot great from the free throw line, as Beckley was 8 of 10, as you stated, and GW was 4 of 5. Where the advantage is right now in the game is GW finished the first half 8 of 28, but 4 of 16 from the three-point line. So that's been a difference in the basketball game, and Beckley is still struggling from the floor as they're 5 of 26 from the floor and 0 of 10 from the three-point line.
And, Eric, to only be down by 6, you still think Beckley, if they can just put together a couple stops and then maybe get some maybe easy baskets, they still have a chance to pull the game out.
Yeah, and if you're Beckley, I think you're going to have to find a way to get Abby Dillon going offensively. She has 2 points, from had a couple open looks that she usually knocks down. So that's something you could be positive if you're the Flying Eagles. And Olivia Zilkowski, we have to commend her. This first half, she's done a lot of work on the board around the basket, and it's showing as she leads the way with 10 points. And on Finley Lowen for GW, she's leading the way with 7, and Alara Evans has 5. And Lowen really took over. She scored all 7 of her points in the second period.
And those first half numbers are brought to you by Red Riff Inn, located here in the capital city of Charleston. If you're making plans to come to Charleston for whatever reason, you can go to redroof.com and check them out. Also, Window World of Beckley is also our halftime sponsor on the numbers. Check out Window World of Beckley. Don't wait till spring or summer to place your order for that job of new windows, new siding, whatever the case may be. You want to reach out to Window World right now. We'll go ahead and take our final halftime break, come back and get you ready for the second half. 6-point lead for George Washington, 24-18. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
My name is Hank, and I'm coming clean. Everyone I know thinks I know something about plumbing. Oh, I look the part. I talk the talk. I have all the tools, snake, pipe wrenches, torches, but I can't fix anything. I can't even flush a toilet. What they don't know is I've been calling Motley's Plumbing and Heating. They're fully licensed and insured. I just simply call 304-253-HELP, and here they come down the road to fix the problem. It just feels so good to get rid of the guilt.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is that first sip when you taste the peppermint chip pieces. It's like catching snowflakes on your tongue, and it just feels like the holiday season has begun.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. It tastes like it's just the top of the line peppermint. For me, no milkshake is topping the Peppermint Chip Milkshake.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bank.
And we welcome you back to George Washington High School. At the break, it's a 6-point lead by George Washington. They lead Beckley 24-18. Biggest lead's been 9. Beckley has never led in this game, Eric. So our Beckley Auto Mall keys to the second half brought to you by Beckley Auto Mall. Go see Rick Lewis, Chuck Bentley, Mike Earhart, or John Fornash at Beckley Auto Mall, and he'll hook you up with the keys to the vehicle that will fit your budget. So, Eric, first of all, if you're Jamie LeMaster in the George Washington locker room, what are your keys for the Patriots?
I think the keys to the Patriots to pull this victory out is continue to put pressure on Abby Dillon, the primary ball handler for the Lady Flying Eagles, and try to make it get out of her hand. She's a playmaker, but you don't want her scoring and creating, and let someone else beat you, as they've been trying to do all game.
And then on the flip side, if you're Brian Neighbors, what are you telling your Lady Flying Eagles?
Don't fall in love with the three-point shot. We're 0 of 10 right now. Let's keep pounding it down low, because I think Zilkowski and even Cross, I think they have an advantage down low if they can get some easy baskets around the rim.
Well, not only that, Eric, Beckley, by making 8 of 10 foul shots, showing that they're knocking down their free throws, and you want to continue to draw fouls and get to the line and maybe get George Washington into early foul trouble into the bonus.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, because out of their 18 points, 8 of them have come from the free throw line. So you got to continue to try to pound it down low and get some easy buckets and some hoops and some three-pointers the hard way.
So as we get ready to start the second half, Beckley will have the possession and trying to cut into this lead with this first possession of the third quarter. Like I said, the biggest lead has been 9. George Washington has led from the opening tip. They led 11-10 at the end of the quarter, and 24-18 now as we get ready to start the second half. Don't know what the holdup is, but I think whatever it is, Eric, we're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. I'm always ready.
I know. You and I are always ready. Well, we've been ready. It's been a while since you and I have been able to do a game. Back on January the 11th was the last game you and I done.
Yeah, I know. I've been missing you, man.
I know. I was able to do a college game without you this week as Law drives and puts up a shot. It's too strong. And back the other way is George Washington, but they're going to lose it out of bounds and turn it over to Beckley.
And right out of the gate, what you didn't want if you're George Washington is the old turnover bug coming to give Beckley another chance, cutting into this lead.
Yeah, that was Lowen. She couldn't hang on to the rebound. So Beckley with a chance here on their second possession, and a nice drive by Dillon to the rim, and it's blocked from behind. Lowen with a nice block from behind, and she turns it over again. Now Dillon will spot up and shoot a three. Splash down.
And that's big for Dillon to get two good looks early, maybe get her going. And that's just what the doctor ordered for Coach Neighbors.
And, Eric, that's the closest Beckley's been since way back when it was 13-10, way early into the second quarter. And turnover now again. That's the third straight. Yep, you and I are on it.
Third straight turnover. And what you do with turnovers is you give the offensive team extra possessions, and let's see if Beckley can take advantage of another turnover.
Yeah, on that last possession, that three made by Dillon was Beckley's first three ball made here tonight.
They're 1 of 11 from behind the arc.
They've double-teamed Law. She's in trouble. Gets the ball and cross. Beautiful pass. There's Zukowski and a nice finish, and Beckley's within one. Great pass by Cross. A beautiful bounce pass. So Zukowski able to catch, shoot, and score right of the lane.
Yeah, and good interior passing and unselfish play by Josie Cross.
Here's Zukowski with the almost steal. The referee really in the way, and I know he's part of the play, but I think if he wasn't there, Zukowski play would have had a layup.
Yeah, but you got to learn to play through it. You see it all the time as a nice drive and score.
Lowen with a nice finish with the left hand, left of the lane.
Yeah, she has really carried them in the last few possessions for him.
Here's Beckley able to get a rebound, and we have a foul on George Washington.
Yeah, I got a little aggressive here. We're going to watch the interior pass on the instant replay here. And what you like about this, Mears, is that Josie catches. She could have turned and shot, but good, better, best, and that was a great feed to Zukowski there.
Yeah, that is a great job by Cross, able to get the ball to Zukowski for the easy layup. Here's Beckley with an opportunity now to see if they can tie it with a three.
Or cut it to one.
Perhaps.
And Zukowski is she's really feeling it down low. I think she's realized as Beckley turns it over, as Josie Cross has her pockets picked, and maybe George Washington almost turned it right back over.
Here's a three ball by George Washington on the right side. It's no good, but once again, an offensive rebound. And George Washington, we don't have the stats there, but George Washington, I'm sure, killed Beckley on the offensive glass.
Yeah,
in that
definitely.
First
They had 3 or 4 possessions where it was two or
four
three
rebounds,
shots
to
shoot. So
Beckley extending their defense. 4 with it. Or Lowen, I beg your pardon, on a drive. And this is a step back three. In and out, no good. Battle for the rebound. It's going to be a George Washington foul.
Yeah, and that's the first time. It looks like Adriana Law was able to get a body on the George Washington offensive player and induce the over the back call there. And right now, GW is struggling. They have like 5 turnovers and 2 personal fouls to start the half. So things are, if you're Beckley, going definitely in the direction you want it to go.
Nice drive by Law, and she couldn't finish. Got her own rebound. The ball's knocked free. Rather than settling for the outside shot, as George Washington turns it back over. Now they're going to say Beckley deflected it, but I don't think so.
No, I think they need to get together on that one.
Yeah, I think they're going to change the call. It should be Beckley's ball.
Well, if they need us to help them, we can.
Well, I did, and
they got
Eric,
together and got it right.
Eric, I know we have the benefit of the video, but you and I both really didn't need the video for that.
Yeah, it was
we easily saw that because it happened right in front of us.
Yeah, clearly unforced error. Maybe we have it right here on the instant replay. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Zukowski would have had like a 10-foot arm to be able to get a piece of that one. Now Beckley does turn it over, and back the other way off the turnover. Here's an easy layup and a score by George Washington.
And that's going to be Kirsten Ford. That'll be her first bucket since the first period as she knocked down the first 3 of the game.
So we got a timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
And we welcome you back to George Washington High School as Robbie Mounts doing an outstanding job as always. Producing and directing along with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, and Eric out of the Beckley timeout. The Flying Eagles will have the ball as they trail by 5.
Yeah, and Flying Eagles, that was who took that timeout?
Beckley took that timeout.
And I think as they cut the lead, I think Coach Neighbors really wants to get a nice set here, run a good play, and keep within striking distance.
George Washington back in his zone. George Washington has done a good job, Eric, switching their defense from man-to-man zone. Zukowski got hit in the mouth, turns around, shoots the 15-footer, and scores.
I've never seen anything like that. She got hit in the mouth, was like, hey, I got hit. Turn around and score. That's good mental toughness there.
That's right. It's not a foul. They don't call it, right?
Exactly. Playground.
There's a drive. There's a travel, and that's a turnover. And, Beckley, just like they just can't get over the hump as we watch the Seattle Tony instant replay.
Like, as she gets swatted, she got swatted in the mouth, turns around, says, well, I'll just stick the jumper.
So here are the Lady Flying Eagles. They have yet to lead in this game as Dillon makes her move to the basket and gets blocked from behind.
Yeah, that's one thing. The defender for George Washington is giving Abby the lane where she's just slightly taller than her and just rejecting the ball. But I think if she would just stop and pull up, she might get ran into and create a foul there.
Yeah, Lowen was the one that made the defensive play to get it to Zukowski. She's been big tonight as she gets stripped on the drive that time. Lowen has it out on the break. She'll stop. Thought about the 3. She throws it away. Cross does a good job, good hustle. And Wooten in there fighting for the loose ball. And, that's one thing I'll say about Josie Cross. Whenever there's a loose ball, she's there.
She's right there.
She's like a magnet to the ball.
And that's one thing you'll say about Josie Cross and Maya Wooten. When Wooten's in there, she's not scared to, stick her nose into any fray. So, good clean play by both teams.
Yeah, and Eric, I don't think us as broadcasters can ever use the term just a freshman anymore. I think that's long gone.
Yeah, that's gone by the wayside as another I'm calling these unforced turnovers because they're pretty much just throwing the ball real reckless right now with the basketball, and they're lucky to still be ahead 28-25.
And that's what I was going to say.
Eric,
if you're Beckley, you've got to find a way to take advantage. I mean, because you're getting stops, and you're getting empty possessions.
Yeah, I'll say it's been 2-1 possession-wise for Beckley in this third period, just not able to really do anything with it.
So let's see what they got going here. Is they got Wooten going to the basket, and she'll finish left of the lane.
Nice little offensive set there by Flying Eagles as Maya Wooten gets her first bucket of the game.
Closest Beckley's been since the end of the first quarter, 30-second timeout. Beckley trailed 11-10 at the end of the first quarter. They've now cut the lead to 1 again, 28-27. They're closest that Beckley has been since the end of the first quarter. Beckley has never led in this game.
Yeah, in this 9-4 run, that was a good offensive set by Beckley there.
Yeah, it was a nice job. Zukowski at the head of the lane right there.
She really controlled the offense, and she was patient with the handoff and didn't rush it, and Wooten did a great job of finishing there.
Yeah, nice job by Wooten going hard to the basket. But as we talked about earlier, George Washington has had a lot of these turnovers, but Beckley has never been able to get the lead. This is the closest, I mentioned, as they've been since the end of the first quarter.
Well, Beckley in this quarter, if you look, their shooting woes as Abby knocks down a big 3. That's the first 3 of the game as Abby Dillon knocks that down. But Beckley has gotten up 7 shots and made 4 of them. So right now they're heating up from the field, and their defense created some turnovers.
Well, Eric, we said way back in the pregame maybe that the first team to 50 will win. Neither the winning team may not even get to 50.
Hey, look, you don't care how many points you score as long as you get it in the W column.
Yep, as long as Beckley can put that to W in their pocket on the way home, that would definitely put a smile on the girls' face. And Coach Neighbors, here's a three by George Washington. Once again, an offensive rebound. And here's an open three. Splash. Knocks it down. Kaboom.
That's
by 4.
Yes, and that is her second three of the game as she knocked down the game's first three, and that's a big, big three.
And Dillon, wide open, finishes right of the lane with a layup. Beckley within 2. Beckley looked like they want to extend the pressure. Here's 4, thought about the 3, put it on the deck. They whip it around. Here's a 3 on the right side. It's short. Rebound Zokowski. Beckley with a chance to tie or take their first lead of the game with the 3. Nice job by Dillon. Over to Wooten to cross down low. Turnaround shot. Doesn't get the roll. And they'll get Zokowski over the back, and she knows it. You can see the expression on her face. She knew it.
Hey, she was going for the rebound. She just got a little out of place. And I think on that possession, I think the Lady Flying Eagles overpassed there. I think they made one pass too many. Wooten should have shot the shot, and when she passed it to Cross, she was a little out of position to turn and shoot. So, but you like to see them share, but right there, I think she'd have been more suited to shoot the layup there.
Yeah, Bella Staples, who played well in the first half, she checks back in. Cross will have a seat. Beckley now looks like they're going to play zone again because, like I said, George Washington has really not shot the ball that well. And here's a 3 ball from the left side. As soon as I say that, they splash down a 3. 4 able to knock it down.
Well, you said it right. 4 has knocked down 3. 4 has knocked down 3 balls in this game.
Zokowski, great low post position, spin, shoot, couldn't finish. She did everything but make the shot. The ball was free, and it's a foul on Wooten. And, I think if you're Coach Neighbors, you probably don't mind that kind of foul because, to me, it's a hustle foul as we watch this. But the biggest thing, Eric, look how wide open 4 is.
Yeah, anybody on the catch and shoot right there, and she shot it with confidence. And a big 3 ball to extend the lead.
Well, especially after she's already knocked down multiple threes, you can't give that kind of room to a shooter like that.
Yeah, that's her third, as I stated, her third 3 of the game as Zokowski gets her hand. That's that volleyball in her as she batted the ball a couple of times there.
So
this has been a well-played third quarter by both teams.
It has been.
Real competitive.
Biggest lead has been 9. Beckley has never led. GW led by 1 at the quarter, 6 at the break. The lead's 5 now. Here's a drive to the basket, and 1. Lowen finishes right of the lane. And this will be our first free throws taken here in this second half. Beckley was 8 of 10 in the first half as we watch the instant replay.
Yeah, good drive and take, and I think Bella Staples was whistled for that. She was just out of position.
Free throw is made. So 5 of 6 free throws made by George Washington. And what was a 1-point lead a minute ago, George Washington has now gotten the lead up to 8. Biggest lead's been 9. So I think, Eric, over this next 1:15 of this third quarter, I think it's important that Beckley finishes this quarter strong. So Kowski with a great move, and she missed the shot. That was a great move, and up and under.
Not able to finish.
Yeah. She did everything but make the shot. It was a great move, and she shot it a little short. And now George Washington with the ball. If they score on this possession, they'll have their biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, and I think it's a must stop right here. If you're Lady Flying Eagles, you can't give up a wide-open 3 like that.
Nope. Bella Staples clears the miss, and Dillon's fouled. And if you're George Washington, you don't want to make a foul like that, 65 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those where, that's what Coach LeMaster is really saying. You don't really need that far away.
You got to save them fouls for later in the game when they really mean something, when you don't want to give up an easy layup. So here's Beckley with a chance to cut into the lead. Hopkins in there now. Round the horn they go. Looking for Bella Staples in the low post. And Wooten will drive and get into the lane and score.
Good job by Maya Wooten. She's been a little assertive right now in this quarter and cutting the lead to 6.
And let's see if GW will hold it for the final shot here of the third. They work it around. The ball was deflected, knocked back into the back court, and it's going to be a turnover. So Beckley able to force the turnover and a big possession here, Eric, to close out the third quarter.
And I think what happened on the deflection, I think the GW player Smith should have let that go across half court because it wouldn't have been over and back and just gained possession of it. She touched it and created the turnover.
Last shot time of the third. Dylan off a screen, trying to get to the rim. She got bumped on the drive. The ball went in, and I think that's the right call. She got hit on the drive as we watched the replay.
Well, let's see this.
In the NBA or even the WNBA, that would have been an and one, but in high school, I think the right call was made.
Well, it's kind of bang, but, hey, I'll go with the ref every time.
So Beckley will have 3.9. It could have been an and one. Yeah. You're right. After I watched the video.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
They get the ball inside the Staples. Here's Dylan.
She'll get one here in a second.
And the shot is swatted, and that's the end of the third quarter. At the end of 3, it's George Washington 37, Beckley 31. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls basketball here on Video Productions.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dad, what is a backflow prevention device?
Well, it's a device that's used to protect water supplies from contamination or pollution in homes or businesses.
Is that why you were talking to that man?
Well, he was a certified plumber from Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Modley's is fully licensed and insured in testing, installation, and service of backflow prevention devices. I just call 304-253-HELP, and they'll take care of it the right way.
I thought it was something for the car, so Mom wouldn't hit the house again when she was back.
Welcome you back to George Washington High School with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Robbie Mounts producing and directing. And, Eric, we've had, even though we don't have a lot of scoring, 37-31 GW, it's been a very entertaining game. George Washington has led from the opening tip. Beckley has been able to get as close as one, but never been able to get over the hump, as Beckley will have the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and both teams shot it well from the floor. As Beckley went, the Flying Eagles went 5 of 13 from the field, but GW countered with a 5 of 10. That's 50% from the field.
So here's Beckley's first possession of quarter number 4. They get the ball down low to Zolkowski, turn around with the left hand, shot no good, got her own rebound, put it back in, or put it up rather, too strong as Nelson's into the game now. Zolkowski had 2 good looks, point blank, and she couldn't finish.
Yeah, 2 point blank shots and not able to get it to fall. See if GW can work it around and get a nice open look from 3.
And that's what they're going to do. Smith dials it up from the right side, no good, but once again, an offensive rebound and a putback. And that's just something that you can't allow happen, is putting that offensive rebound back was
it Evans?
Evans, yes it was, Evans.
Yeah.
Here's Dylan. Wooten off the bench, who's played well, and she'll draw the foul and get to the line.
Yeah, Wooten does a good job of, getting to her spot and getting her shots off.
Wooten and Dylan kind of mirror one another. I think that, Wooten is maybe a little bit more aggressive version of Abby Dylan.
Yeah,
if that's a fair
aggressive.
If that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, good assessment. Let's see if she can knock down a little strong on the free throw.
And maybe not quite as good a shooter as Abby Dylan, and that's not a knock on Maya Wooten in any way. I'm just saying there are a lot of similarities between the two players.
Yeah, but here moving forward, it looks like she's going to garner a little more playing time as she misses both. Those are big misses right here at this juncture in the game.
Yeah. Beckley is 8 of 12 at the line, and like you said, there's 2 big misses, and there's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, Wooten induced that turnover right there with good footwork and good defense as she forced the GW to go over and back on that possession.
But it's been an uphill battle for Beckley. They've trailed the entire way, and as I mentioned, they were down as many as 9. They've cut it to 1. They've never been able to get over the hump, and this is a big possession. And Dylan will launch a 3-ball, splash down, kaboom, by Abby Dylan.
That's Abby's second 3 of the half.
And Beckley putting the pressure in the backcourt, making it really tough for George Washington. George Washington will have to call a timeout. So let's see if it'll be a 30 or a full. As GW calls the timeout, it'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. But with 6.5 to go in the game, a 5-point lead for George Washington, 39-34. And now it is a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. You're watching live streaming coverage, girls basketball here on Video Productions.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to George Washington High School. Eric, 6.5 left, plenty of time, and we've got a tight game, a 5-point lead for George Washington.
Yeah, and as you stated, that was Beckley seems to be digging themselves out of a hole, every quarter, and to cut it now down to 5, that was a great timeout by GW to settle his young ladies down.
So I think if Beckley's going to come back and win this game, is they perhaps may force a turnover. They don't right there, but they're going to have to do it on the defensive end.
Yeah, defense is the key right here.
There's George Washington with it. Good defense that time. If that would have went in, that would have just been better offense, because that was good defense by Zolkowski. She forces the miss, and then she gets the rebound. So Beckley trying to get back into it, down 5. Dillon on the drive into the lane. Nice take by Creasy, and it's blocked. Great defensive play by George Washington, and then they call it travel, but Smith came out of nowhere to get that block.
That was a great block by Smith to get across and help. That was help defense. And the walk was induced by Maya Wooten once again in the right place at the right time to create the turnover.
Beckley better hustle to get it in, and they just do get it in the 5-second count. Just coming down the stretch here, Eric, especially when you're behind, every possession's big.
And I think that they need to find a way to get Zilkowski down on the blocks where she's been dominant.
Dillon behind
fires a 3.
Behind a double screen, not close, and George Washington has the rebound and will come out of there with it. So here's 4 with it. And nice cut to the basket by Lowen, and a nice finish. Nice backdoor cut, and Lowen gets right to the rim to lay it up and in. So we're approaching 3 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. Dillon drives to the basket. Wooten now with it. They cut her off.
Yeah, it looks like someone has to be assertive and drive to the hole.
Creasy!
Creasy.
You know, Beckley's with a small lineup, Eric. They're going with 3 guards on the floor, and Creasy, as soon as you said that, able to do what you said, get to the rim and score.
And Creasy, that's her first points as they get a turnover.
Back the other way. Dillon in transition. Puts up the shot. No good. Zolkowski, the offensive rebound, and can't finish. Will put it up and get it the second one. Swat. That's her last 4 attempts have been within a foot of the basket, and she hasn't been able to convert on them.
They missed 3 shots on that possession with a chance. That was 3.
And they were all within 10 feet.
Yes. That's got to be frustrating right now as Coach Neighbors digs into the bench and puts Adriana Law back in. But you're right. It seems like they frustrated GW with this, that being Beckley, with this small lineup, mostly guards in.
So here's Lowen being harassed by Wooten. And Lowen maybe got away with the push-off.
Hey, it's a lot of physical play. The refs are definitely letting them play.
Here's a drive by GW and a foul by Beckley.
I think they're going to whistle that on Law. She was a little help late with the help defense.
And it'll be Barton getting to the line.
That one was whistled on Law.
So George Washington, they've been good at the line too. They've only missed one as we watch the instant replay.
Law was just there a little late, and Creasy made her take a tough shot, and Law bails her out with the foul.
The free throw is good. George Washington has now made 6 of 7 free throws. And GW continues to keep Beckley at bay as we'll be coming down the stretch here to the final 4 minutes here of regulation. And the next one is good as well. So GW is 7 of 8 at the line. Beckley 8 of 12 at the line. And let's see what Beckley can get cooking here.
They have to figure out a way to get the ball down to Zilkowski. And I think that's their better option. Although she's missed her last couple of close ones, she's really had her way on the blocks of getting the ball up on the glass.
And that's what she's saying, getting the ball to Wooten over here on the near side where Wooten can maybe get the entry pass in to Zilkowski. But Beckley just dribbling the ball around, and now an offensive foul. They're calling an illegal screen on Adriana Law.
Yeah, I don't think she had her feet set right there, and that's an easy call. But a lot of times if you watch a lot of basketball, that's on the dribble, on the
ball handler, right?
On the ball handler, because you have to give them time to get them set, and she runs right there on the instant replay, and that they're going to call that every time.
Here's a nice backdoor play. Lowen with the finish right of the lane. That's back-to-back backdoor, and Beckley needs a timeout. So timeout on the floor. This equals the largest lead of the game. This will be a full timeout or a 30. It'll be a 30. So we'll keep it right here, but I think that's a good timeout, Eric, because Coach Neighbors can kind of maybe sense it maybe slipping away right now, down by as many as 9, which this equals the largest lead of the game.
Yeah, it equals the largest lead, but they've been very efficient. If we look here on the instant replay, this is a great give and go right there, and they've been real efficient offensively. George Washington has in this quarter. They shot the ball 6 times and made 3. So
that last bucket, that's one of the oldest plays in basketball. Just a backdoor play when you flash someone to the head of the lane, and then you just break to the back door.
Cut.
That's how it gets its name. Back door is you go right to the hoop and you get the feed in for the easy layup.
Yeah.
And if you're a defender, you can't turn your head for just a second. You turn your head just a second, and they're right by you for the bucket. So, but I think this is a very huge possession for Beckley out of this timeout.
Yeah, right now Beckley is in dire need of getting a basket right here so they can get into their probably full court pressure out of this.
Cross is back into the game. Bella Staples back into the game. George Washington's going to play zone. They get the ball to Bella Staples at the high post, and she throws it away. The pass a little
Good
too high for
intentions,
Cross.
just a little too high. Good intentions.
So Beckley's going to extend the pressure. And George Washington, that's one thing, Eric. They've been very good at the foul line. Both teams have committed 5 team fouls. So there's got to be a time here. There's another backdoor play and another finish for Lowen.
Yeah, they're schooling the defense of the Lady Flying Eagles with this, the same play, just on the opposite side.
Largest lead of the game here is Cross misses. Now you've got to start thinking about fouling. You can't just be reaching. Back the other way is George Washington. Here's a short shot. Off glass is good. Evans on the score, and another timeout for Beckley. Biggest lead of the game right here, 13 points, a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Motley's Plumbing and Heating of Beckley, West Virginia is now hiring journeyman or master plumbers. You must have a West Virginia plumbing license and a valid driver's license. All interested parties may apply at Motley's Plumbing and Heating at 101 First Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Or interested applicants can call 304-253-HELP. Once again, you may apply in person at Motley's Plumbing and Heating, 101 First Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Motley's Plumbing and Heating is an equal opportunity employer.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
And out of the timeout, Beckley is now facing their biggest deficit, Eric, They're down 13 as we're coming down final 2:28. And you got to feel this is a must-score possession.
Yeah, you can't come up with an empty possession here.
Cross has an open look into the lane. She'll pass it to Zukowski, and Zukowski will finish left of the lane. And now Beckley will have to extend the pressure. They've committed 5 team fouls, as I mentioned, and I think you got to start thinking about fouling right now, Eric.
Yeah, I completely agree with you because you need possessions and trying to find a way.
Yeah, and you don't want George Washington to run clock and then score on top of it. Now they got a turnover, which is good without the foul, but you got to cash in. Dillon back the other way, shoots a 3, kaboom! Dillon rains a 3, and Beckley on a quick 5-0 run, cut that 13-point lead to 8.
And once again, another transition 3. You know, that's the way kids are coached now. That was a good look, and she let it fly and scored.
Back the other way, George Washington, Lowen able to score.
That's 4 straight makes from the field for GW.
Beckley down 10. 15-footer by Dillon. Back iron no good. Long rebound. George Washington has it with Barton. They'll hand the ball to Lowen, but I think now, as we're approaching a minute, you've got to foul. You've got to foul twice to get them to the line. George Washington's going to spread the floor here, and they don't really need to shoot it unless they get a layup. Beckley's got to come out and foul.
Yeah, you have to extend. You let them run a lot of clock.
So there's a Beckley foul. So that's only the 16th foul. You got to foul another time. And I'm not sure what they've called. Maybe there's a timeout.
No, I think they called a technical.
I'm not sure who or where they called the technical. I guess they did call a technical. But
I think it was on Zilkowski. Let's see if we can get the instant replay of this.
Yeah, the free throw by Lowen is no good. Didn't see exactly what they called.
Okay. Zilkowski's here. She's in the paint. I think it was her word. She may have said something to the referee as Lowen makes 1 of 2.
And they get possession of the ball.
Yeah, that's a big play there.
Well, they got a foul here with 1:03 left in the game. As Lowen has it now. And if you're Creasy, you got to get them up and foul her.
And what did you state? The first team to 50 may what?
May win the game. And the ball will be knocked out of bounds. But if you're Beckley, you've let 8 seconds run off the clock. You got a foul.
You might be what they call a prognosticator.
Something like that. If it's good, that's me.
That's you.
If it's good.
That's one of those big words I used on you again, like crescendo.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds good. Did your son teach you that? Because he's the smartest one in your family.
Hey, I got that from my father-in-law teaching me all my fun smart words. He calls them those $50 words.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a $75 word to me. Is George Washington surprised they shot it? They dialed up a 3. Beckley didn't foul him. And Beckley's got to get a shot up quickly. And there's a blocking foul for George Washington. What you didn't want to do was commit a foul with the clock stopped.
Yeah, I think Creasy may have gotten away with one right there.
But they're going to call it not on the shot, but on the drive.
Let's see if we can get this on the instant replay just to see how close it was. It was bang, bang.
Beckley will inbound it. They've got to get a shot up quick. Dillon thought about the 3, gets into the lane. Nice bounce pass to Bella Staples, and she misses the layup. Staples had a good look, and she just couldn't finish. And now if you're Beckley, you've got a foul. Is Dillon trying to foul Lowen, and George Washington will probably just – no need to shoot it, even though Lowen does. And George Washington is going to beat Beckley, and GW will snap their 5-game losing streak, and Beckley's losing streak is now at 6. Final score of this girls basketball game, George Washington 52 and Beckley 41. With the win, as I mentioned, George Washington will have snapped their 5-game losing streak. They'll now go to 4-7. Beckley has now lost 6 in a row, and they will go to 2-8. We'll come back. We'll recap. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Back here at George Washington High School with Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, and George Washington defeats Beckley in this girls' game 52-41. George Washington leads coast to coast from the opening tip to the final buzzer. It was a 11-10 George Washington at the quarter, 24-18 at the break, 37-31 GW at the end of three, and George Washington wins the game 52-41. George Washington snaps a 5-game losing streak. George Washington is now 4-7. Beckley's losing streak has been extended to 6, and they are 2-8. Your game recap is brought to you by Giovanni's Pizza, Mamma Mia, with 2 excellent locations to serve you, Leicester Square in Sophia and in Glen Daniel. And if you're not Italian going in, Mamma Mia, you'll be Italian coming out. So final score, 52-41. We'll take our final post-game break. When we come back, Eric will give you team and individual totals. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton. Or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
Back here at George Washington High School, George Washington has defeated Beckley 52-41. The final numbers, team and individual, is being brought to you by Window World of Beckley. You can check out Window World at windowworld.com. And you want to make your plans for your spring and summer projects now. Don't wait till spring. Don't wait till summer because they'll be so backed up because they'll be so busy. So get a hold of Window World at Beckley now, and they'll take excellent care of you. Once again, final score, 52-41. George Washington beats Beckley. For the team and individual totals, here's Eric.
Yeah, GW, as you stated, they led wire-to-wire, Maris, and they were led in scoring by Finley Lowen. She had 18 points. To lead the way, and Alara Evans finished with 9 for GW. Olivia Zukowski did a great job early on and late in the game for the Lady Flying Eagles. She finished with 16, and Abby Dillon came on strong in the second half, finished with 13. The shooting woes were pretty bad for Beckley as they got up 3 more shots on goal than GW, but they just finished paltry 14 of 52 from the floor and 8 of 12 from the free throw line, but they were unable to get to the free throw line only 2 times in the whole second half, and I think that's where the difference in the game was. And GW shot 19 of 49 from the floor on the night.
And one of the things, Eric, we talked about way back in the pregame, the both of these teams going through this losing streak, and now that George Washington has snapped it, it's just trying to get to 50. And once again, Beckley not even just getting to 41. It's hard to win games against the caliber of teams that Beckley plays, scoring only 41 points.
Yeah, and it's tough. And you, the great prognosticator you are, you said the first team to 50, and it looked like both teams were going to even struggle to get into the 40s. And I need to correct myself. Finley Lowen had 22 points to lead all scorers, and she was really big in the fourth quarter as they did a lot of pick and rolls, backdoor cuts, and she was able to finish and lead them to victory.
So with this win, George Washington, they break the 5-game losing streak. We're going to get out here quickly. They're turning the lights off on us. George Washington is 4-7. Beckley is now 2-8. And our next game, Eric, you and I will be over at Independence on Monday night, as the Independence Patriots, as we understand, lost at Wyoming East tonight.
Yeah.
They'll be back at home, and they'll take on Nicholas County here on Video Productions on Monday night.
Yeah, and it was a tough loss. They lost 83-62, so they'll be probably fired up trying to get them a victory Monday against the Grizzlies.
So for our crew here at George Washington High School, for our producer, director, cameraman, boy, he really did the work. We appreciate Robbie Mounce's he made up the work of 3 guys, and we appreciate that from Robbie. And for Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. Repeating the final score, George Washington has defeated Beckley 52-41. Good night, everybody.